Welcome back to Absolutely Marvel and DC. Sal, it finally happened.
It happened. It's here.
And the Spider-Man trailer actually dropped. It's so much more exciting than the movie, Sal.
Yes. All the hype around this trailer is way more exciting than watching a movie.
I stand by. This is going to be such a big Spider-Man No Way Home bubble that's going to burst 3 days after that movie launches.
Oh, yeah.
Like 3 days, over.
But I do get it. I after seeing this trailer, I thought to myself, they could do more. Like, they could cram more into this movie. Like, what if it's not just 3 Spider-Men? It's not just the Sinister Six. It's not just the multiverse. It's not just Daredevil. At the end of the trailer, well, we'll talk about it.
We're going to get there. But if you're wondering where you are, this is the absolute brand of channels. We do a series of podcasts, from a news podcast to having discussions about trailers, rumors. We do analytical reviews of your favorite TV shows and movies, most of it themed around superhero stuff. But it's basically just where me, Sal, and our friends can get together and talk about the stuff that is interesting us in the world of movies and TV shows. We have fun. We have a great time. And we'd love for you to join our little absolute army over here. Join the family by hitting subscribe, hitting like, and hitting that notification button. We bring you practically daily videos at this point. It's ramped up so much, Sal. It's ramped up so much.
Yeah, big time. So, like this trailer.
All right, so we're gonna start talking about the trailer. As usual, for this one, I don't think I got a fake. I went to Sony Pictures Entertainment.
That's the one to go to. Let me tell you something. When I watched this trailer for the first time, I also got a fake. So I'm like, oh, they're reusing a lot of footage. No. And then I went back and I was like, here it is.
And for those who are wondering, we are aware of the Sony Pictures Brazil issue. And when we get to that portion of the trailer, we're going to discuss it. Okay?
Yes.
So, all right. Starting off, we got Spider-Man in the Rain.
Oh, no. I mean, it's good shot. Looks good.
It picks up where we left off, though, talking about how messed up his life is. There's like so much wrong at this point, and how Mary Jane's is only like keeping things straight. None of this is like spectacular, though. Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This is
more like character development and plot.
Yeah.
Which is not what anyone's interested in seeing.
No, not at all in a trailer, at least.
Not in a trailer, not in a movie. They want to see more. Who else can I put in this trailer?
And then, but see, here's where I don't know if this is good or bad. At this point at this trailer, when we get to the Doctor Strange portion.
Yes.
He begins a monologue explaining the entire plot.
Right.
Not the ending or anything, just how this movie's going to work.
Right, because the first trailer is the identity is the problem. Doctor Strange is going to solve it with this spell. Something goes wrong. That's the movie that the first trailer sells. This trailer is like, who cares about that? That's over and done with. The real problem is this.
Right. And we'll get to this later in the trailer more in depth, but the way that this trailer sets it up, Doctor Strange isn't on his side.
Not
which is, I think, the biggest change in the plot from this.
Yeah, but it was very much implied in the trailer that there was going to be some butting of heads between these two Titan superheroes. My guess is it's all telegraphed right from the start when Doctor Strange talks about who these characters are, where they're coming from, what Spider-Man has to do.
Yeah.
It flies in the face of Spider-Man's morality.
Oh, 100% right off the bat.
Yeah.
So we then get to the scene we've already seen, the pumpkin bomb blowing up of the bridge. But here we get an actual scene of the Green Goblin. And I want to comment on this first, because it's literally just a PNG of the original scene from the original movie.
Yeah, it's literally just the Green Goblin from the Raimi movie. There's no, people saw production footage of, or maybe production stills of like a modified Goblin outfit, which I think it makes an appearance later in the trailer. But right now it's just the suit from the first movie. No changes,
Yeah, where he just floats in. And then we get the first full shot of this black and gold suit.
Yeah. Good looking suit on film, I gotta say. Well,
so at
digital.
45 seconds in is where I'm at, where it's got a good, it is. What do you think this suit is, though? Why is
it's
he using
a magic
this?
Suit.
You think
That's
so?
a suit that I think it's a suit that Doctor Strange made for him. Here's my prediction about this trailer. Because in the first 2 seconds, they show you like a few shots. One of them is an amazing shot that I'm really excited about with Doc Ock. I think Spidey's going to lose the Stark nanosuit.
Okay.
In the fight with Doc Ock. I think that he's going to need a new suit because they need to sell action figures. And Doctor Strange is going to be more than happy to make him a magic tech suit that's going to be used to either transport between dimensions or send characters from their home dimensions back to those dimensions.
Like he does like the whole sling ring thing and he sends people off kind of a thing?
Yeah, like I think there's going to be actually a scene where Doctor Strange is like, in order to activate the magical like components, you're going to have to do this. And Spider-Man's like, I do that all the time. That's weird.
Okay.
Which I think is going to be like, I see that happening. He's going to do, so once he throws up the web signal, which is also the magic signal, it'll activate that like Doctor Strange MCU portal thing around his wrist, and it'll be like, I shoot them with that, it sends them right to the moment where they left.
Right. So it returns them to that scene, because as we've said here, they need to kill them. That's like...
Yeah, that Doctor Strange says, these are all characters, these are all villains who died fighting Spider-Man. That's where they have to go back to.
Which is kind of weird, and we'll talk about maybe each of these in a separate video, because they all didn't die.
Not all of them. And some of them did, but I'm like, did they really, though?
It was always left with like a weird cliffhanger concept of that. You know,
yeah.
like...
I mean, definitively, Green Goblin and Doc Ock died. No question about it.
But that's the only ones I could think of that died. Like,
I feel like Lizard died. I think he got stabbed at the end.
Oh yeah, he like fell on a building or something.
He fell on a building, and I don't remember about Electro. That movie I don't remember much of at all anymore at this point. But
I do like the fact that we are touching on the fact that in these movies the villains keep dying.
Yeah, and I kind of love that.
MCU and Spider-Man, like they're finally like they've all died. They should.
Yeah, except for Vulture. And while Peter thinks Mysterio died, I'm not convinced.
What if this whole thing is going to be a Mysterio thing?
That would suck.
That'd be amazing, actually.
I don't think they're going to do, like, basically just another Mysterio story. I think it's, yeah, I think we're going to have to believe them.
Moving forward, 50 seconds, we get the Hello Peter scene. We've already seen this one. The Doc Ock reveal. I love the de-aging on him.
Yeah.
It looks great, actually.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think with the hair like that, he looks more like Doc Ock now.
They took this as an opportunity to really lean into like Doc Ock and make, because like
I was just looking up old screenshots of him from the original to put on my Know Your Universe for Doc Ock.
Yeah,
and like he looks like he's got the hat and stuff, and like that looks like Doc Ock, but this looks like Doc Ock.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm hyped. I love it. He looks great. He sounds great. Alfred Molina's an amazing actor.
Also, the CGI for Doc Ock is a lot better now.
Well, they use puppets and CG. I think the arms still look great in Spider-Man 2, but I'm excited to see them being used in this because we're getting a change to the arms.
Yeah. Oh, what is the change?
Well, the change is it happens during the like street scene. We see Doc Ock's arm transform from his like industrial like yellow spray painted metal to a red and silver Iron Man type mechanic.
That's what I'm looking at now, because the next scene I was going to say, at 58 seconds, we have the scene that is breaking the internet right now.
Yeah.
You're not Peter Parker.
Yeah. Well, because he's like, you don't look anything like him. And it's like, oh, no, I am, but from another reality. I don't think Doc Ock knows he's in another reality. Now, the question I have is about that tentacle change. It could be one or the other. I kind of like either one of them. On one hand, it's he takes the nanotech from Peter's Stark suit and uses it for himself. Right?
So I think you're spot on with that.
Okay. Because there's another. Yeah, go ahead.
No, if you go to 55 seconds.
Yeah.
Where he's getting the face reveal.
Right.
The nanotech is getting pulled off the suit.
There you go.
If you pause it at 56.
Yeah.
You could see it being pulled back.
Right. Because I can imagine Ock being like, what is this? Like, that's neat. They didn't have that in my movie.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
Because it allows for more versatility. His arms can do more things if he has nanotech. My immediate gut reaction before I saw that was, the longer they stay in this universe, the more the universe molds to keep them there.
Ooh.
So, like, I thought reality was changing around the arms, where it's like, no. You came from the Raimi movies, but if you stay here for too long, reality will warp around you. So it's like, now you were a Stark employee, like everybody was, and you use Iron Man technology to make the arms.
You think this would be their excuse for if they do take over, to follow those rumors and take like Hugh Jackman and them back?
Yeah, I think so. Where it's like Hugh Jackman shows up, he falls out of the sky, and he's like, what? And then like reality changes around him. It's like, I was always Wolverine here. I don't think so, because he's too old now. But like, yeah, I like the idea of him taking the tech and being like, these are mine now. Also, I think that's why they're pushing the Iron Spider suit so much, because like it's ugly, but he won't have it for much longer in this.
I actually like the Iron Spider suit, but I think I'm the only person in the world.
I like it, but I don't like it. You know, like there are some shots from the first trailer where I'm like, this is an ugly ass suit. Like it looked awful in the first trailer. In the posters, it looks better. I'm guessing because it's not moving and you can actually like do more artifacting and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I like it in the video game, and I have a Christmas tree ornament that is a metal version of it. And I'm like, this. Like
I have the statue, the sideshow big statue with the claws.
It looks great. Yeah, that looks great. But like when it moves around, not so much.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So then we go back to our MCU humor, which they took their time getting to in this show for once.
Yeah.
Where they just kind of make fun of his name.
Yeah, I thought that was a little mean. I didn't, because he's just this old man. He's like, this is my name. I come from a Sam Raimi movie, but I'm also created by Stan Lee. I'm going to have a silly name. And they're like, no, really. And it's like, no. But we do have a precedent for that because Peter thinks Doctor Strange is a silly name too.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. But they just constantly... He's just, I like his little like growl, like his scowl. He gets like,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
What do you think's going on here? They obviously have Peter and his friends.
Right. I think Akka's not going to be a bad guy in this movie. I think Akka's going to help them.
Do you think he's going to be the one that puts it together that they're not in? So based on this, what if Doc Ock is not in the Sinister Six? What if he's the one working against the Sinister Six?
Right.
And it's William Dafoe, Green Goblin, and all of them that make the Sinister Six, and they kind of get a back seat making that, so that we can focus on Doc Ock and Peter's relationship from the video game that everyone loved.
Right.
At the end of this trailer, they're promoting that game. So
yeah, they could be going in another direction where Doc Ock shows up. He's like, "You're not Peter Parker." Oh yeah, no, me and Peter were friends in my home universe. Like I wasn't a supervillain.
Yeah,
I was his mentor.
They could lean in on that.
That'd be really neat. That'd be neat too, because Pete's kind of a dupe in this universe anyway, so he'd fall for that.
So now we get to the scene where Doctor Strange is pretty much telling us that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are also here because they're like, there are others out there.
Yeah.
And then what I found interesting is we go, as he's saying there's others out there, we got to send them back. We then see what you were talking about, the magic suit kicking up.
Yeah.
But I feel like this was a twofold. Mm-hmm. There's others out there, we got to send them back. Spider-Man on the screen.
Yeah.
Like I know Electro's in the background. I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I think they were subversively making you go. Because when I first saw this, I did not see Electro in the background. When he said there are others out there, we got to send them back, and it went to Spider-Man's screen, my first thought was, which Spider-Man is this?
Right.
Who is this going to be?
Yeah.
And then looking it back through, I'm like, oh, he's talking about magic, send back Electro. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like that was intentional. They wanted you to see Spider-Man and think that.
I think so. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, the fact that Jamie Foxx Electro is in this at all is like a full indication we're going to get Spider-Man. We're going to get these characters to come back, and they're going to have to team up or show up at the end. I think that Feige talking about like people better mitigate their expectations a little bit is because there's a shot coming up where there's no doubt that the Spider-Men are in this. They might only be in this movie for like 2 minutes.
I legit think that's the case with that though.
Yeah.
Because I don't like everyone's got it in their head like that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be running around with Tom Holland.
Right.
I don't think that's the case at all.
No.
Before we get to that scene and we get more in depth, that my current theory is, and I'm about to put a rant out about that as well.
Yeah.
Is that they show up at the ending.
Right.
Like at the ending, Peter cannot fight all the villains.
No.
And they arrive and they have a discussion about it. Like other Spider-Men show up. We have that leaked scene, which I'm not going to go into in depth with here, but it does show all three of them there if it is legit. We don't know if
the
it's
shot.
legit.
Yeah, the leaked image, yes.
I feel like that's about as far as their introduction's going to go.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to fight alone with Doctor Strange and Doc Ock and his cast.
Yep.
And at the ending, I can't do this. I'm one Spider-Man. And they're going to arrive and be like someone's going to make a comment about, or there's a Spider-Verse, and they're all going to arrive and they're all going to go in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, just that shot of MJ falling, and you're like, someone's going to catch her. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's going to be Andrew Garfield to redeem himself after Amazing Spider-Man.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope. Yeah.
But maybe not that small of a section, but I don't think they're going to be in this movie very much at all.
No, I think you're right. Unless we're totally wrong. Now, here's the thing. This trailer... Remember how they cut the Endgame trailer and the promotion for that movie, where they were like, the last half, like from Thanos returning to the past and fight everything, like the last third of the movie, totally under wraps. Nobody knew anything about it. Now, this movie, we're seeing pretty much everything because Sony's involved, so they're like, throw everything at the kitchen, like the kitchen sink. But I was wondering, what if we're only seeing a little bit of this movie? What if they're endgaming this, where like there's a huge portion of this movie we're missing?
Maybe I'm right about how they get introduced, but that's at the 45-minute marker.
Yeah.
Like they all show up to fight the Sinister Six, but Green Goblin's off doing his own thing, and they're like, all right, it's gonna take all three of us to finish this up now.
Yeah, I feel like the Statue of Liberty is the climax of the movie, unfortunately. So like it kind of shoots my theory down, but I think they were playing up
that is a very Sony thing to do. Give us clips of the ending fight.
Oh, yeah, of course. Otherwise, no one will go see this movie if we don't see the ending. But yeah, no, I'm hyped. I'm very hyped. Except that the trailer has a lot going on in it.
Like, it does. Let's keep going on it because we're actually only at a minute and 15 seconds in.
Oh, right. And there's like 2 minutes of this trailer. Yeah.
I love the joke about Scooby doing it.
Now that makes me wonder, what does that mean? Right? Because Scooby-Doo, what is Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo, they track down a ghost, they reveal the ghost is a fake, and there's a plot behind why that person impersonated a ghost. Are they catching ghosts? Because if it's a Sony movie, he should have said, you just go Ghostbusters this stuff. But instead, he says Scooby-Doo it, which means there's like a sinister plot afoot.
Yeah.
Now, why would Doctor Strange send 3 children to go solve this plot? But that's the plot of the movie. Hopefully, it'll be exciting and engaging. Yeah. But the moment that made me laugh out the most was MJ's response to Doctor Strange, where she's like, "I know some magic words as well."
Wait, right there?
Yeah, where she's like, "I know some magic words that begin with the word please." And I'm like, that's so funny. Like,
oh yeah,
good use of magic words.
I will say, I do like Zendaya's Zendaya. I think it's Zaya, but anyway. I like her portrayal of Mary Jane, that snarky Mary Jane that is always... Like, I mean, I'm a fan of Kirsten Dunst, obviously.
Yeah, me too.
But at the same time, I feel like the more modern-day Mary Jane that we've gotten in more recent stories, where she's very much like, no, screw you, I get it. I like her portrayal. I do find it a bit weird that Sony is putting in Tom Holland, Zendaya, and the guy that plays Ned.
Yes.
Like, why is Ned and Mary Jane going to be a pivotal point for this? They can't do anything.
Well, they're the only friggin' characters in these movies outside of Happy and Aunt May, and we saw them for a few seconds, and that's all the screen time we can possibly muster for them, because why would we give Aunt May anything to do? And it's like frustrating as hell, because I really like Marissa Tomei. She's amazing. And she should have had... Like, I wish these movies were just a little more grounded so that Aunt May and Peter could have just talked to each other for a few minutes instead of, like, the world shattering beneath their feet. But oh well. But yeah.
Moving on to our next scene, we've got J. Jonah Jameson showing up.
Yeah.
And then we got Sandman and Electro working together.
Yeah.
Same thing. I don't feel like Jamie Foxx is going to get much screen time.
No.
I feel like he's going to show up, do some stuff with Sandman, who's going to be entirely CG.
Yep.
That's why we haven't heard about that actor.
Yeah, we're not going to see Thomas Hayden Church show back up necessarily. I doubt it.
If anything, if we do get it, I'm calling it now, it's going to be a 30-second scene where he formulates himself in front of Electro.
Yes.
So that they could say like 2 words and then go off. Like,
totally.
And that's going to be, he's going to stand still in the costume is what I see happening.
And he'll say, "My daughter," or "I'm not a bad person," and then leave. Great.
Like he'll say like, "I'm not going to hurt anyone." You know, like to fight weird. Ghosts.
Yep.
Spider-Man's fighting ghosts. They're fighting against people that died.
Yep. Yeah, we find out that's like the plot. And then that kind of flies in the face of Peter's morality, right? Because he's like, Doc's like, "Sorry, kid." And I guess, because like it's really hard to follow. This trailer has a lot going on. It's really choppy and everything's thrown at you. And you're like, wait. What is this movie about? And I feel like a portion of this movie is going to be about how Peter has a fundamental problem with the idea of sending these people back knowing that they're going to die.
Yes.
And Doctor Strange being like, that's the nature of the multiverse, even though it's only like a few days old and I have no idea what it means. And there's a special box, and it's like, this box is what you use to send them back. But I think that conflict, that whole thing, that's all in the first like 20 minutes of the movie. Well,
I can see
first
that.
40 minutes of the movie.
New theory on Tobey Maguire and Andrew. I got a new theory on them based on what you just said. Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to be a little more incorporated in the movie to redeem themselves because they also don't want to send their villains back to die.
I don't
Like
think
a
they're going to redeem
redemption arc.
themselves.
You don't think so? They're just going to show up and just send them all back.
I think they're going to show up, be fun, and then leave. I don't think there's going to be much of in the way of like, man, we really shouldn't have let these characters die. I don't think they care. Especially, especially Andrew Garfield. You know, he's like, screw Electro. And Tobey Maguire is a jerk. Like, that Spider-Man is like, yeah, no, kill them all.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like that's going to be, they want Tom's Spider-Man to be the one who's like, I don't kill these people. Like, he didn't kill Vulture. He's upset that Mysterio died. He didn't.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah.
And then, of course, we get what appears to be Doctor Strange as a villain, which I agree. I think that's going to be the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just going to be Spider-Man fighting magic, and it's going to be cool.
Like, because here's the thing. He's wearing the black suit. Not the black magic suit, but like the black and red suit. The Far From Home suit.
Yeah.
I think that he's going to go through at least 3 different costume changes, at least. We know he is, because he's got the Far From Home suit, the Iron Spider suit, and the magic suit. I think we're going to get at least one more suit in this, but like, I don't know. I feel like all that Far From Home suit business will happen in the first 20, 30 minutes. You know, he doesn't even get the Iron Spider suit until later anyway. Like, he'll have to go home to get it. Anyway.
So at 2:01, though, we got the reveal of the new Electro design.
Yes.
I like and dislike it at the same time. I like that he's not blue.
Right.
I disliked all the gear he's got on.
It's a lot of gear. Maybe it's because he's trying to contain himself. Maybe there's more electricity in this universe. I don't know. But like, the talking point is that his mask appears as energy over his face when he activates his electricity powers. Cute idea. I like how it looks. I'm okay with it.
I've noticed that, based on leaks and stuff like that, it looks like no one's going to wear their masks for this movie.
Yeah, right?
So
No masks. Spider-Man, no more masks.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, big time.
Then we get more fight sequences. He's got the cube. He's running around in a different suit, falling through space and time itself.
Yep.
And then we get the full shot of the Green Goblin suit.
Yes.
And that is the Green Goblin suit from Raimi.
Green Goblin, but fully CG. Looks fine.
So here's my theory on this.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think at the beginning all of this is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Green Goblin's going to get injured, and that's the suit we get in the back half of the movie, and that's the actual big bad manipulating things.
That makes a lot of sense, because at the end, because there's another shot of another Goblin at the end of this trailer, and I think it's Dafoe.
The one where he just swoops in? It's like a clip?
The one that looks almost like the Harry Goblin suit.
Right, but we already know he's not coming back. James Franco's not coming back.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I think that is going to be the damaged suit.
Yes.
And that's our actual final fight, where it's going to be Green Goblin versus Tom Holland Spider-Man. And Sony figured out a way to get to that fight without setting up Norman Osborn.
Right.
That's what I think is happening.
I think so.
They were like, okay, we can't just throw him in there. People don't like that. But what if we already set him up in 3 other movies? Like,
right? Yeah. I'm excited for it because I don't know. I can't even begin to predict what the hell's going to happen in this movie.
I know. It's so then we get the infamous final scene. Okay, so we got Sandman, Electro, and Lizard fighting.
At least 3 characters. I'm thinking there's at least a few more. Probably like 3 more.
The composition for the scene is, you could be going for 2. Like, if you pause it at 2:21, the scene shows just Tom Holland leaping at these 3 others.
Right.
The composition for that is very much to show the David versus Goliath style.
Yes.
Or, and this is the theory, there's another Spider-Man on top of him and another one on the bottom of him.
There's no way there isn't.
The compensation.
Right.
Now, for those who are wondering where that's coming from, immediately following this, there was another clip going around showing Lizard's head getting kicked.
Yeah.
It's not in this trailer. Sony Brazil put out that clip.
Yeah.
So what it shows is this clip here in the Sony American clip, and Lizard leaps forward, and then inconspicuously, his head just goes sideways like he got hit.
And so if you're familiar with VFX, all the Spider-Men are digital anyway. They're coming at each other. You're making the final edits for this like not finished CG shot. You just delete the Spider-Man artifact. You have Lizard keep going, but they didn't want to change. They didn't want to pay, or maybe it was an earlier version. Maybe it didn't get passed. Like, it could be the Sony Brazil trailer was like one of those like past 2, and they were like, oh, that one, his head moves, change it, and Sony Brazil didn't get the updated file.
Yeah, it's always funny because it's always like when we had the Loki one where we discovered it was Sylvie.
Yeah.
That was another country as well. So it's like someone needs to keep tabs on where this stuff is going.
Right? Yeah, or like pay attention to subtitles.
But I love, and we should have this discussion, that SpiderMan Hype fandom bullshit that they like to throw out to get their Twitters going has gotten so bad that every time something like this happens, it's fake, it's gotta be fake.
Right. Yeah, and that's the real problem, is that we got a trailer. Here it is. Everyone is asking for it, and good for you. You get to make videos until December, but the reaction, fake, it's if it doesn't fit the narrative that you've constructed around this movie, then you're going to be upset. And it's there's a lot of that going on right now, and you got to dial it back. It's just a trailer, it's just a movie at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, I'm not really I'm hyped for this movie. They showed me a lot of stuff, and I do appreciate at the very least this trailer is borderline incoherent, so I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. Because it's just showing you a lot of epicness.
Yeah, there's a lot of trailers where I've seen that just boom, 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 boom. Wow, the whole movie just laid bare. Thank you very much.
I mean, that was my call for the song Chibu. I was I think they just told us the movie, and they did.
They did. There were a couple. There was some nuance in there, and there were a couple of great moments. But yes, it was just that. And with Spider-Man, they're doing something different. I don't know what the hell it is, but they're throwing the kitchen sink at this movie. And
so, getting to the 234 marker, we got Peter Parker falling down, catching her hand. Now, the running theory is that glove is Andrew Garfield's glove. That it is not Peter's glove. But we see Tom Holland jumping off.
Yeah, no, I think it's
in this trailer.
I think it's just that Andrew Garfield's going to swing by and catch her. Or some there's going to be another Spider-Man.
You think he's
going
to miss? He's not going to make the connection?
He might not make the connection, and then Andrew Garfield will catch her.
So you think it is going to be Andrew Garfield?
I mean, it would make sense thematically for that to be the case. It'd be a cool reveal if that's when Andrew Garfield shows up.
That would be, yeah.
But I don't think, I don't know.
And then he brings up and he's not again.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I mean, I'm okay with that. I would be okay with Tom catching her just because Spider-Man should be the hero and save the girl.
But it would still be a Spider-Man.
Right. Yes. I'm okay with it either way. But I think if it's anybody, it might be Andrew. That'd be fine. But that's all I'm,
I think I do agree with you based on the scenes we are seeing.
Yeah.
Unless these scenes have been heavily edited.
Right.
I don't think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in this movie very much.
No. And the thing is, the movie has been edited, or the trailer has been altered to change your perception of what's happening, but they still shot these scenes. That shot in the Endgame trailer where Hulk is running with the team in Infinity War, and you're like, oh, Hulk's in the movie, and then it turns out Hulk's not in the movie.
Yeah.
That shot still exists. They still made that shot. It's just that they added Hulk. All the shots we're seeing, they're not bait and switches. They didn't make a fake movie to release a fake trailer for.
Right, but it's easy to remove CG Spider-Man from the possible fight sequence.
Totally.
Very difficult to remove Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's face and then grab the background and put it in there.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think they're going to be in because a lot of the story, unless like you said, 20 minutes in the beginning is Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and it just blitzes at a breakneck pace through that. Do we know how long this movie is?
I don't know. I assume it's about 220. That's my guess. But building on that point, here's the thing. What do we know about this movie? We know his identity's out. We know he doesn't want it to be. We know he's having a hard time. We know he asked Doctor Strange for help. This is going to be the longest movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is it really?
2 hours and 39 minutes.
No, Endgame's longer than that.
It just says the final film in his current contract, confirmation of the movie, the longest solo.
Not team movie. That's fine.
I mean, at nearly 3 hours, you could basically do a full hour of Tom Holland, Doctor Strange, a full hour of his battle, and then the last 40 minutes is extra Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, dude, 15 minutes. You need 3 minutes to establish just how miserable and bad things are for Peter Parker. You got 30 seconds for Daredevil. You got him going to Doctor Strange at the 10-minute mark. He does the spell. We establish the villains right off the bat by the 15-minute mark. And then, maybe he fights Doc Ock within the first 30 minutes. He goes to Doctor Strange. They find out that there's like bad guys and stuff. He's got to kill them. They have a little fight. We're at the 40-minute mark. You know, like it's just the first third of the movie is just all the Doctor Strange front-loaded stuff. And then, like, you know, they fight and then they're mates again. Like, it's just that kind of situation where Doctor Strange is like, okay, we'll play it your way. We'll put them someplace else, you know?
Yeah. Not setting them back.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, and then we end on Spider-Man Miles Morales, available now.
Yes, PS5. You can. Yes, that game's been out for a while, Sony.
I think I'm about to replay both of them.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Spider-Man!
Those games are so good, man. I'm playing it on PS5 now, and I'm like, woo, this is the fourth time I played this game.
I know. It is getting to that point with me where I'm like, with Miles, I'm like, I think I might just go for the platinum on that one because I already got it. Anyway, we're getting on a different. So what do you think? You excited? This trailer got me hype, and I'm so happy they didn't reveal it.
I'm excited. I wish they never released this trailer.
I don't think they needed it at all. 100%. I don't. I agree with you on that one. I do. There's already we already know we're getting one final one.
Yeah. Oh, another one?
Yeah, there's supposed to be another one. If we get the reveal of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield finally in a trailer, it'll be the last shot of that trailer.
Totally. No, the last shot of that trailer will be that, and then there'll be a joke at the end.
Yeah, it'll show all of them walking up to fight something, revealing all of their faces, and then a joke. You're right. That'll be it.
And it'll be one of those things where it's like, Toby says pizza time or something. You know?
Or he dances real quick.
He dances. There we go. But I don't think we needed another trailer.
No, at this point, this movie, I've never seen more hype for any movie.
Yeah.
In my 900 years on this world.
No, we've reached maximum hype. I think Phantom Menace there was still bigger hype.
Do you?
I do. I don't think anyone is sleeping in the streets to go see this movie.
Well, it's not safe right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right. And they announced Spider-Man Day, which is now apparently November 29th will be the day you can pre-order the movie. And knowing Sony, they'll probably do a video game thing and they'll probably do a comic book thing.
You'll get the magic suit to download, probably, right?
Ooh, I'm just going to wait to play. And just by the time I get to it, there's 900 suits.
There'll be at least 2 more.
Yeah.
Oh, but my other theory, because at the end, there's like the sky's opening up and Doctor Strange goes, here they come. Like, they're coming through. John Watts, the director of this movie, he's also directing Fantastic Four. What if the Fantastic Four were multiversal explorers? Throw them in there too. At the end, post-credit scene, Fantastic Four fall through the freaking crack. Boom, Fantastic Four here.
Or a giant purple hand reaches through and is pulled back. It is pulled back.
Oh. Yeah.
What do you think?
Galactus? I think Galactus is going to be a celestial, but I'm okay with that too. I'd be okay with Galactus being a multiversal, like, planet-eating monster.
That's what I'm saying. No, just a hand. Just a hand.
Nah. Oh.
Yeah. And a hand goes through, and then the Fantastic Four zip in. We've got it.
Yeah.
And then they just leave.
Right.
And we're all just like, what?
Yeah. No, I think we're getting Fantastic Four in this movie because Fantastic Four was teased at the end of the last one. I think we're getting Fantastic Four in this movie. I think at this point, there's no reason not to expect these people to throw everything at this movie. They teased Secret Invasion in the last one. Secret Invasion!
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, I'll give you that. I don't know. I'm excited for this movie. I don't think this trailer was needed, but I mean, the fact is they're just getting more levels of hype. We just did a 33-minute discussion about a 3-minute trailer, Sal.
Yep.
And I think for the most part, we stayed on point, which is not normal for us.
This is true. We did have a couple tangents, but I think those were entertaining. Hopefully you'll agree. But yeah, I agree. And
I'm already pre-ordering the Spider-Man black and gold suit off of Sideshow. So
it's a good-looking suit. I'm excited.
It is. But all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's discussion here at Absolutely Marvel and DC. We'll be back very soon with another Spider-Man talk. More stuff going on. Check back, turn on your notifications, hit that like button, join our Absolute Army, and be a member of the Corps. I'll figure out where this is going to go later. It's cool. Thanks.